The National Broadcasting Society presents This College Life,
where we bring the hot topic prey to the pride.
This is Shaquielle Shoulders.
And I'm Melissa Parker, and you are listening to the third podcast from the National Broadcasting Society chapter at UNA.
And our topics today, we're going to talk about how to manage your life
with balancing college and work, college and family, college and a social life. Because let's face it, when you're in college, things can get a little stressful. We're going to give you some tips of our own, and I've also looked up some things for you.
So, Melissa, let's start with you. You have 3 children, and you are in many clubs. So how do you manage your life?
Well, I'll tell you, it's been really stressful for me. I definitely have weeks where I just want to just drop everything and just quit. So what I find easiest to do is I keep a calendar. I've tried keeping it on my phone, and I have a calendar that I write things down in. And I list things and prioritize things. So I know when my club meetings, National Broadcasting Society, Pride meetings, things I have to do for the Floor Alla, I keep that all in order, along with my assignments and all of the various family activities, so I don't overstretch myself, because then that's when the ball drops and I just have to stop.
What do you mean the ball drops? Like you talk about like everything's going downtown bad, or it's just like everything's not going as scheduled?
Everything's going wrong, it's not going as scheduled, and I just don't want to crawl out of bed. So Shaquielle, you are a basketball manager, is that correct?
Yes, the UNA Lions men's team basketball manager.
Awesome. So how do you manage being the basketball manager and studying?
I have a schedule that I go by. You know, they give us a set time when practice is going to be, and then as a manager, I have to be there at least an hour early, hour to 30 minutes, but I feel like as a manager, I should be there a little bit earlier. And so what I do is I plan my schedule out as like, okay, I got class from this time to that time, and then I plan how much time I got to eat and socialize. And then I try to make sure I have enough time where I can go back and come early, set stuff up for the players, get the basketball rack out, get the cones, all that stuff out. And then we go through practice. That usually lasts about an hour and 30 minutes. And then after practice, I have to do laundry. And when I'm doing laundry, that's when I usually do my homework or study or check my grades and that stuff.
So what about trying to balance like a social life? When do you find time for that?
I usually get one day out for social life, or sometimes when they traveled, most of the time I'm not the main manager yet, hoping to be the main manager soon. And I'll usually get one day, maybe I'm lucky I get 3 days to socialize. And I talk to my friends, or we usually play games, or we study together, or we just talk about stuff randomly. Me and my friends like to have deep conversations sometimes about, random topics. We talk about social media sometimes and talk about random stuff. Melissa, how do you find time to study? How do you, your 3 lovely children you have, and your membership to every club almost possible, I think. So how do you find time?
It's really hard. I try to study at home. I have a room that I shut myself into, but somebody always finds me there, whether it's one of the kids or the dog or somebody's going to find me in that room and need something, more of my time. So even though I try to study at home I end up studying a lot in between classes. Fortunately, I have several hours before some of my classes, at least an hour in between other classes, so I make time to study then.
So how do you I know you say you make time, so how do you use those few hours, 6 hours you said, or how many hours you got for classes? So what is the technique you use during those times?
Well, I usually just find myself a nice quiet corner here in the communications building, and I'll sit down and just read, because usually there's a lot of reading to do. I'll try to use the labs to do some of the stuff online that helps me study. Put on some headphones, block everybody out. Doesn't always work, and that's okay. I feel like I'm doing all right now. With my studying techniques, they may need some improvement later, but right now they're okay.
So what do you have these tips for these college students? What's some good tips for them?
Well, I mentioned earlier, keeping a calendar, trying to keep yourself on a schedule. And even, set some goals. Today I'm going to set aside 30 minutes to study this or work on this paper and stick to it. Stick to your schedule, stick to your goals, and it will keep you from being just crazy later. Now, make sure you get plenty of sleep. Sleep is important. You could stay up all night studying, and you still may not do that well on your exam the next day because you didn't sleep.
Sleep is a factor, but usually good with me. I only need about 3 to 4 hours of sleep, and I'm functioning correctly for the whole day.
Oh, no, I need like 8.
Yeah, I think that's average, 8 hours.
10 or 11 would be okay, too.
That is too much for me. I would be confused.
What are your study tips?
Well, my study tips are pretty simple, I usually do is that I usually, like you, I find a quiet room to study in and get away from technology. Like with college dorm life, we have like a lobby where there's 2 rooms with like glass, and there's like you can cut yourself from society, so you can go in there and study anytime you want, and there's no distractions, and that's the best thing for me.
Yeah, those darn distractions. Dang kids. And just try to get out and get some exercise. I know we do a lot of walking on campus. God help us, we do a lot of walking.
I swear they built the school for walking.
All those steps.
I think they built the steps just for people to get more exercise, so it will relieve your stress from school. I think UNA did that just on purpose.
Oh, no, I stress between classes while I'm walking. It's okay. It didn't work. But do some fun stuff. If you like to walk, then get out and walk. If you like to run, bike, skate. I like to hula hoop. So I'll put on my headphones, listen to my music, and just hula hoop. It's peaceful for me.
Or you can dance, just if you're one of those people that think hula hoop is outdated, just saying. Dancing is always helpful too, Enjoy a little bit of stepping, If you can't do some dancing, you can at least do the shopping carts, the basic one, or starting the lawnmower. That's still some basic dance moves.
Okay, so apparently Shaquielle hasn't watched any hula hooping videos recently on YouTube because hula hooping is far from outdated. But starting the lawnmower, what is that?
It's a basic dance move, It's a perfect way to get some stress relief, okay? Hula hoops seems one of those things that's like it's been outdated for a long time.
Oh, you are wrong. But you know what? If you need a good laugh, just find Shaquielle on campus You just watch him start that lawnmower. That'll make you laugh.
Okay, you know what? It's a good stress reliever to do the lawnmower. That try to get a hula hoop that I'm not using hula hoop since I was 9 years old. So what's some good other there's some other good tips too other than dancing and hula hoop. You can write down. Like I usually like to write down short stories or poems and switch my mind from, thinking about school, then switching to like my creative side, get something more creative producing, get the juices in my mind working. And when I had a car, I love to just jump in my car and drive to the park or sit in my car and let the fresh air hit me, listening to my music, in my car, enjoying the nice wind and the other people.
Right. And journaling is a really good way to relieve stress, write down your private thoughts. I like to take pictures. That relieves stress for me. That's something I enjoy, along with hula hooping.
It's pictures and hula hooping. Another fun thing you can always do as another stress reliever is that you can always, if you feel like you're not going to have that free time or you think don't have it, you can always try to give yourself maybe an hour, 30 minutes every day saying that's your free time. Set a goal down like, 20 minutes is my time. That means I'm going to disconnect from everything and find something that you feel like it's your way to relieve stress, because there's different ways. Some people might like planting flowers. My grandma, as I love to death, always thought the best stress reliever for her is planting flowers, and she loved to do it, and it's her way she released stress,
Right. And I know some people like to meditate even for 15, 20 minutes a day. Anything just to refocus and recharge is a good thing, whatever you like to do.
You can always do yoga. That's one thing I heard, and a lot of my friends say yoga is stress-free, as I don't see it stress-free.
Oh, I'd like to try some yoga, but I haven't got there yet because that's another thing I want to try to add to my schedule. Sometimes you have to learn to just say no.
Here we go with no.
No.
Another powerful tip, in my opinion, is watching some videos. As you can go on YouTube, maybe watch some funny comedy videos or some cat videos. I know some people love cat videos or animals. Hoo-hoo animals, but I like other things.
There's nothing wrong with those cat videos either, Shaquielle.
Those cat videos are going to take over the world, just saying.
That's right.
And, maybe another powerful tip, another good stress reliever is maybe, sit down with your friend or something and you guys write something funny, You can write a bit down or record it, Do what the YouTubers do this day and age is create your own channel. Maybe use that as your own stress reliever, Focus on something, Find your own way in this world to relieve stress.
Right. I love watching some of the YouTube videos that people share on Facebook. Some of them are just hilarious. But, you're going to have to schedule some time to do the fun stuff. You schedule time to do the studying. You schedule time for your meetings. You schedule time for everybody else. Make sure you schedule some time for yourself.
Another good way to stress relieve yourself, too, is listen to some maybe soft music, some relaxing music, hear the ocean or the wind. Or maybe if that doesn't soothe you, then listen to some pop music or some rap, some country, whatever soothes yourself down,
Music. That's a good suggestion. I really like listening to different types of music. Some of it relaxes me. Some of it makes me want to, do the lawnmower thing. But
Okay. Stop hating on the lawnmower, okay? Lawnmower was a good dance back in the day, That was a basic dance move, Mr. Hula Hoop Girl.
So do you have any other good tips?
Any good tips,
Because, college, you go to college and it's automatically, oh my God, I have this class and I have this paper and I have to go to work and oh my God, I have my significant other that I have to spend time with. What am I going to do? Sometimes you just have to stop.
Yeah, I'm the opposite track for you. My problem, I'm the average college student that just doesn't need a job and somehow managed to pay everything from tuition. So more as I look at it as oh my gosh, I got family now to talk to. My own family I'll barely talk to, and then I got sports activities, My best opinion, good stress reliever, our best one, my opinion, that helps me the most is going to a sports game, Getting rally up for a basketball game, seeing people dunking, seeing our team win, seeing that magic three or see that magic block. Pumps me up, makes me feel like, I'm not thinking about homework. I'm thinking about this great, amazing game, UNA men's basketball team is a good game to watch.
Yeah, I can see going to some sports events would be a good way to relieve some stress. But you know what I like to do too? Being a martial arts student, I like to hit things. That relieves some stress some days. I'm just saying. And I don't mean hit people. Please don't go there.
No, she meant as used as self-defense. Please don't.
No, I mean hitting a bag, a heavy bag. Relieving some stress and getting some exercise because there's something fun to do.
Yes, or you can take up boxing, Boxing is a classic sport. It's been around since, I don't know, I think maybe the Stone Age. Don't quote me if I'm correct, as that's another stress reliever too. Is there some negative ways to not help you be stressful? Like, what's some things that can set you back for not helping you out?
Well, not prioritizing for sure. Not making time for everything you need to do or waiting till the last minute to do something. Don't do that because that will add to your stress. Just try to prioritize. Keep your classes, your exams, your homework. Keep that all together. Otherwise, you're just gonna drive yourself insane. It's
not like high school where the teacher forced you to do stuff. Now you're on your own, so you have to kind of sit down and make sure you have something planned out. If you're that person who don't like planning out, I mean that might work for you, but planning stuff out does help a lot. Helps you see what you're open. What you can do or what you can do. You might not like writing on a planner, but a planner does help you plan out.
Right. So the big thing here in college is just to plan ahead. Plan time to study, plan time to have fun, plan time to spend with your significant other, but make time for yourself to just unplug and recharge.
Yep. Find that time to help people out too. Volunteering can be another great stress relief.
Absolutely.
Another way to remove yourself from society too. Helping other people, I said that's one best medicine to help, seeing somebody else need some help. Always help you out. Something always good comes from that. You feel a little bit better in your heart, and plus that helps you out a lot.
Absolutely. That's a good point, Shaquielle.
Thank you. Melissa, let's recap with some good stress relievers.
Okay, well, for stress relievers, get out there and do that crank the lawnmower thing if that just moves you. You can hula hoop, but always plan to spend some time on yourself. You plan time for your schoolwork, you plan time for your job, You plan time for family. You plan time for everybody else. Make sure to plan some time just for yourself. You know, as a wise man once said, when you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. Benjamin Franklin, yo yeah. So just make sure to plan some time for yourself and have some fun. You know, college is stressful all on its own. You throw in all those other things to make it even more stressful. You have to have some fun sometime.
Thank you, Melissa. Is there anything you want to say to the listeners?
I'd like to say thank you to the Florala for posting our podcast on their website. Please make sure to pick up the latest issue of the Florala on Thursday.
This is Shaquielle Shoulders.
And this is Melissa Parker, and we wish you a stress-free day.
Have a great day.